Three different types of microphones that you're normally going to come across in the studio. So first off, I want to talk about dynamic mics. Dynamic mics are very essential tools, very sturdy. They hold up to, they take a beating. So loud singers and, they're used on instruments, snare drums. For vocals, dynamic mics are really only good for a close source, for a live performance, or if you do use it in the studio, maybe a loud singer, a more aggressive singer, a singer that belts, or if you're recording at home and you don't want the sound of your walls echoing because your room isn't treated, dynamic mic is perfect for that. So these mics are very durable. A lot of times you can drop them, you can scream into them, belt into them. It's all good. It usually is fine. And they aren't the greatest if you are looking for more brightness or more air in the vocal. They can be a little bit dull, and you really have to drive them as the vocalist. If your voice is a little bit dull and you're not pushing the mic, it's most likely going to be pretty dull with that mic. Next, I want to talk about condenser mics. Condenser mics are the most popular. They need to be powered by phantom power, which is on your preamp or interface. And these mics have a lot of times different polar patterns. So cardioid is the most popular. Then there's super cardioid. Cardioid is like that. It's picking up about that amount from side to side. It's like how to describe it would be, what a flashlight would show you, about like if you took a flashlight away from the mic, that's kind of like where you see light. That's where it's going to be picking up from. Super cardioid is more narrow. It's like about half the size is cardioid, so way more narrow, so it's not going to pick up much except for what's right in front of it. Omni is going to pick up everything around it. That can be good if the vocalist is really bassy, because there's no proximity effect with Omni. It can also be good if you're doing like some group choir vocals and you're surrounding the mic. Something like that can be very cool. And then there's also figure eight. Figure eight is it's picking up the front of the mic and the back of the mic, and that can be used for certain applications as well. Condenser mics are known for its detail and honesty. So some people, some great singers will just love a condenser mic, and then other ones will be, a little irritated or frustrated with how their voice sounds. I mean, a condenser mic is going to pick up the same detail as we hear with our ears normally if it's a decent one. And condenser mics can also be not the greatest sounding if they're a little bit lower quality or cheaper. It's best to look up the reviews and see what people say about it. Lastly, ribbon mics. Ribbon mics are old mics. They make new ones, but they originated a long time ago with old radio and whatnot, and they are more vintage sounding. They have like more of a vintage, like low end warmth, but they are very fragile. You do not want to give them 48 volts power like you do the condensers. You don't want to drop them. They can even get damaged if you are a very loud singer and belting into it. So it can be cool to have and try out. I would not suggest buying a ribbon mic if you are only in the market for buying one mic and that's it. It's just kind of good to have in your collection of mics.